Hi, I'm live. I wanted to go live because there's a lot of people who don't like to eat by themselves. But I want to encourage you to take yourself out. Don't wait on anyone to come and get you to take you out. Take care of yourself. And honestly, I've been going out by myself for years, in addition to friends, in addition to men. But when I can get away and others can't, I can go to my favorite restaurants, enjoy myself as a part of self care. Now, when I was younger, I didn't even think of it as self care, but I was much more, I don't know, bubbly, I guess maybe like happier. I'm probably not realizing that I actually were doing a lot of things that was really beneficial to my health. Now, I have way more on my plate now. I have way more responsibilities, but I still find the time to come out and engage with myself. And actually, it gives you quite a bit of clarity to be able to enjoy time by yourself and eat. I got this delicious meal. I'm a total foodie, so I got this incredible Cobb salad with this butternut squash soup with apple in it. I'm telling you, don't sleep on butternut squash soup. Do not sleep. Basically, what I wanted to talk about today was self-care and being able to enjoy spending time with yourself. I mean, people are scared to walk across the street by themselves. I just walk from like 2 blocks trying to get my steps in. Let me see. And it's working. Like, it's working. So I just want to encourage, minus the flies, you to get out and enjoy your life. It's short, and you guys really have to try to manage your self-care. Like, it's super important. Now, I also, in addition to just eating, how I got to this place was I went and had laser hair removal next door that I highly recommend. Give it a try on a small area, but I've been doing that for about a year, and I'm telling you, I love it. I really, really love it because I was doing shaving. I never did really waxing because that just seemed too painful. I'm not into pain like that. But I will tell you, if you're interested in trying to remove the hair, it's pretty painless. I mean, you will get like a prick here and there, but they put a really cold fan on you, and so you can't really feel it. So it's a great alternative. I'm telling you that in my experience, okay, everybody's different. You can't use a lot of products though, like the week before. You can't use like BHAs. You can't use retinol. There's like a whole laundry list of things you cannot use. But if you are looking for some more self-care besides your massages, I highly recommend the laser treatment versus waxing. I mean, the hair doesn't even really come back. I mean, I've been doing it for like a year, so it's had time to kind of take effect, but you just really have to figure out ways to care for yourself. Even in stress, and I really suggest like taking walks. Like I was even gonna call my friend, and then I thought, oh, maybe she's busy, so I'll just kind of manage myself and not, kind of feel like I'm bothering her, even though like she wouldn't feel like that. But we gotta make time for one another, and we gotta make time for ourselves. So I just hope that you guys are doing that out there and not getting stuck in the social media funnels, with all the advertisements and all of the different ways to earn money. I mean, it's getting out of hand. I mean, it's almost like you can barely even watch TV without 50 different advertisements and different commercials and it's just a lot, and so you really gotta take the time to step back and have some self-care. I mean, was gonna get my nails done, but I was running a little bit behind from work, so it didn't happen.
It is actually nice.
So they look like this, and not like they're supposed to look, but I might get them done tomorrow. We'll see. But anyways, just want to talk to you guys about your self-care. You just have to plan it out. When you look at your schedule, book yourself in the schedule. And then find things that are parallel. Like you're getting one thing done, and I can go over here and get my massage. I can go get my nails done. Because sometimes, honestly, I feel like getting some of these procedures done does feel more like a job than a self-care. So you can pick and choose like which things feel relaxing to you, and which things you're just doing for aesthetic reasons to keep up your look. But do not, and I will repeat, do not stop. Okay, because once you get out of the habit of going, once you get out of the habit of paying, once you get out of the habit of figuring out your calendar to go, you're gonna fill it up with something else, and guess what? You're gonna be last on that totem pole. You take care of them kids, you take care of that man, you're gonna take care of that friend of yours, your parents, and guess what? You're gonna be raggedy. And you're not gonna know why. And it's because you didn't take time for yourself. And it feels like, oh, I don't have time for myself. You literally have to make time. You literally have to say no. Can I remember that video about just say no to drugs, just say no to people? Like, honestly, everybody can't get your time. Everybody can't see you all the time. Everybody can't. Even with my own family, I have to say no sometimes. Like, you want this? Well, I already went, so no, can't do it right now. You could say it in a nice way, but it's not happening, because if I do that, I'm going to be way off the track. And then guess what's going to happen? I can't support you if I don't support me. So, just waiting for some people to join the room so we can really chat it up. But I know you don't want to watch me eat. That's just rude. Maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe you want to think about what I said about being in tune with yourself and taking care of yourself. That's the topic of today. And especially right now, because there's a lot going on. We have, I'm in California, but there's a lot going on. We have elections coming up, so you're getting filled with election information, advertisements, and then your own schedule. But I don't want you to actually get overwhelmed by that. It feels like it's too much. Like, I was even watching some videos and I couldn't decide which video to watch because there were so many different things I wanted to learn about. I want to learn about I can't remember what it was. I was learning about strategies on this platform, and then I wanted to know about this. And before you know it, like, I was like in a daze of confusion because there were so many options. I couldn't even decide. And so if it gets to be like overwhelming, just cut off. Just literally just cut the app off and do what you're gonna do at work. Do what you're gonna do at the gym, and come back in a few minutes, and you'll be much more clear about what is the priority you should be watching. So I have a lot of information because I look young, but I've been around the block. Okay, I've been around the block as an entrepreneur, as a parent, as a wife, as a partner. I know a lot of people want to do all of that. It's a lot of work. Don't kid yourself. Okay, it's worth it, but I mean, it's rewarding, but it's a lot of work. So anyway, I hope you'll take care of yourself. You know, when you go on the airplane, it says put your mask on first and then help others. And that's what you have to do in your life. You have to put yourself together first. You can't pour into others until you're poured into. If that's reading your Bible, if that's reading a book, if that's taking yourself out to lunch, if that's writing in your journal, if that's talking to friends, whatever it may be that fills you up. And I mean, make sure you pick people to be around you that are pouring into you, that are not draining you. Whatever you have in your cup, you don't want it to be drained out by people that, because a lot of times what happens is people, they, you tell them your goals, this is what I'm going to do, and they're excited for you. It's not that they don't want you to accomplish it, they just don't want you to leave. Okay, and that's where they start acting funny, is when they realize you might be leaving, you might not be with them anymore, and they start acting funny. So you guys know up on this Olipop too. I'm just such a foodie, but this Olipop, can you see that? It's pretty common now. But the Olipop is like drinking soda that is not soda. So good, and actually it's good for your gut. So I'm switching out from, not really a soda drinker anyway, but I love sweets, so I switched out from like a Diet Coke or something on occasion to these. It's much healthier, so not a lot of sugar.
No.
Hmm.
I mean, I like
What are you doing right now?
that.
Oh, okay. I see. But you're going on a date? Okay. Make sure he pays, okay? You don't pay, he don't play. Ain't no honey without the money. What are you about to do? Let's see. Oh, you're coming in from work? Okay, I see. Alright. Well, gotta get that money. I'm not mad about it. But anyway, even with your work, try to have a work-life balance. Sometimes you don't want to go out because you're so tired, but try to go out with your friends like once in a while, and so you can keep in contact with them, because you never know when you might want to go out. And if you haven't kept the relationship going, it might be really hard to reconnect. So, once you pick and choose who's in your circle, try to keep the lines of communication open. I do that quite a bit. Oh, I see you. Where are you about to go? What am I eating? I'm eating at this restaurant. They make some really good salads, and I've been trying to really, I was exercising quite a bit, doing more cardio, and then, I don't know, one of my students kept coming in talking about I was eating all the time. And I don't eat unhealthy, but he says eating all the time. So I thought, you know what, maybe I need to switch it up to where I only eat at certain times so that my blood sugar isn't always going high. So that's what I started to do today. I started to just eat at a scheduled time. So I'll let you guys know how that works out once I've done it for a little bit. And that's why I'm eating salad at night, because it's low carb. And if anyone has told you before, basically I'm not a nutrition or diet, but you gotta stay away from carbs. I know it hurts because I love dessert and I love sweets, and it seems like if I want something sweet, I have to pour protein powder into it in order to feel comfortable with eating it. So, pick your sweets wisely. They have so much stuff on the market now too. Like, it's even like with these Olipops, like we didn't have this like 10, 15 years ago. You either drink water or you drink a Diet Coke, and that was it. Now there's so many options of different ways to get sugar-free items. I mean, it's just an incredible time to be alive. Honestly, it's an incredible time to be alive right now with the social media, because you know what, you can basically start online businesses. You don't have to go in person anymore. I sell online. I have an e-commerce store. I have a couple published books on Amazon. And so it's just the opportunity is, it basically comes down to how much can you handle? What is your capacity? Because you have to be able to manage yourself, your time management, your structure, your routines, your strategies, your all of your calendar, everything. And so it can be a lot. So I mean, it's a wonderful opportunity right now if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, especially if you really don't like talking to people a lot. I mean, with social media, I think you do like YouTube, you do have to talk and stuff and be in community with people, but they're like-minded, so it's not like a job, you know. Whereas if you had to do something with different people, you may not be on the same page about things. But with something like this, and I wasn't gonna do this, but I think I will do this because I want to have a group where it's just us ladies in there. So I want to share some stuff with you guys. That's a little bit more for ladies only. Um, I know some of you young people might be dating. Done a lot of that. I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Like, yeah, got some stories. So I want to share those with you guys, but also kind of give you some tips and tricks. Gotta have some tricks in your bag. So I'm thinking about starting a group to see if that might be something you're interested in. I think it's going to be about, I want to say dating, but I also think it's going to be about just like my whole mission is more people living more intentional with their lives. Don't just go through life like whatever happens, you just deal with it, and then it's like you're in survival mode all the time. But to actually sit back and say, this is where I see myself, this is where I want to go. And I have to tell you that that's about visualization. So once you have your vision board, and if you don't have one, you can even just take a piece of paper. I've even got to this granular part where I've just taken a piece of paper and I've just written like my vision board, because I didn't have the time to cut out all the stickers, cut out all the pieces of magazines. So I just went ahead and wrote it out like if it was a piece of magazine. And you know what, it's still super beneficial, because guess what, you're still basically getting the information out. Because one of the things I realized is that when you are changing and growing, you might get disconnected from other people, you might get disconnected from your goals, something might happen negative, and then you come back after you survive that situation, you come back and you're like, where am I? Like, what was I doing? And if you have your goals already set up, then basically you can get back on track faster, because you know, like, I was supposed to be, earning $1,000. I was supposed to be getting my business automated. I was supposed to be going to the gym 3 times a week. So when you have all of that stuff established and you get off track, it's easier to get on track if you have some goals. But if you never set your goals up, then you won't remember where you were, and that may be okay, because maybe that wasn't really a priority for you. But what if it was and you're wasting time? Like, that's gonna suck. So um, it's getting pretty dark out here. I can see a reflection in my glasses. These are prescription glasses, so I have to basically wear these so that I can see. Otherwise, your girl can't see. It's even on my license. So I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to my channel and get your vision boards together. I cannot say this. I cannot. I even watched a video or two where, like, some famous people. I mean, we know Oprah visualized this. Oprah says she's so good at visualizing that she don't even have to like do it the old-fashioned way. She's really good at manifesting. And I want to tell you guys, I manifested quite a few things, and it does work. And I'll just give you this little tidbit on it real quick. in terms of law of attraction. It's about vibration. It's about being already in receiving mode. You cannot have an idea that you want something and then in the same mindset saying I can never get it. You have conflicting ideas. Guess what happens? You're not going to get it. You can write it down on a card. You can read it before breakfast and at nighttime, but you cannot take away from your goal your attractiveness by having opposite types of thoughts. That will take away from it. And the other part of it is you also have to detach from it. You have to say, I want this or whatever it is. I want to do this, I want to have this or whatever. And then you have to walk away from how it's going to happen. You can't just say, I want this red dog. You can do this, but I'm just saying that. But it's one other way. It's like I want this red dog, and I want it to come in a blue truck on a pony on an umbrella on a rainbow, right? I mean, that's getting really specific, and I mean, you can do that, but I find it's better if you like manifest with an open mind. Like, I want the red dog, and you give some more special information to it, but you're open kind of to how it comes, right? Because and sometimes when those things do come, you may not be ready for it because it may come with more work. Like you might say, "Oh, I want a red dog, and I can't wait to get a red dog, and I have a red dog, and I'm getting all the supplies for a red dog." And then when the red dog comes, you're like, "Oh, wow, I gotta wash it more often. I gotta take it to the groomer. And I gotta keep it with other red dogs." And so just be aware that some of the things you're asking for might take more energy, more capacity from you than you're thinking initially, and that's fine because that's going to put you in a place of leveling up. So sometimes you have to level up to get the things that you want, and that's part of the process. So anyway, oh yeah, I see you. Okay, listen, I have to go finish my food and go get my dog, who I just remembered is at home, and it's getting dark. And so listen, hope you enjoyed this. These are some little tidbits, but we're going to be way more in depth coming up, so just stay tuned. Bye. Wait, let me stop.